reframing those negative thoughts into more of a positive frame of mind. Did you ever have fear of sort of being alone a lot of the time when you were sort of here, when you moved over here? Was there that sort of fear of that?
Yeah, at first it was really, really lonely because I was losing all of my old friends and I was not getting any new friends. I think Chris Williamson said when you're going, you have to go through that change phase where you move to the place and you struggle to find a new people because you're not really in that environment yet. But at the same time, you're losing all of your old friends because you moved away from them. So you have this lonely part where you just by yourself all the time. But I guess that time was one of the beneficial ones because I kind of learned to be by myself, and I kind of start to like being by myself. And since then, I was like, yeah, I could handle things, and I like my own company. So that's when I really, really started to like meditate and get into self-development and obviously go jiu-jitsu and get into this part of just enjoying my own company.
Because it's kind of like where you're trying to feel more secure within yourself.
Yeah.
And trying to sort of combat that against being or feeling insecure with the decisions that you've made, or sort of like especially with imposter syndrome, where you've done something quite drastic in that you're sort of like, okay, I'm either studying this, or I'm working in this high level job, or I'm moving, countries or houses or whatever it is, and then to feel sort of overwhelmed by that. I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel that it is really important to sort of have that time on your own, and sort of sit within that and go, I'm comfortable. I don't want you to, you're a very independent person from what I know about you, and I think with that independency came with a lot more self-reassurance that you're capable to do things. Like when you told me you were moving to Manchester, I didn't really feel like that would be a problem for you, because you've already done the hard graft where you moved to this culture.
And it wasn't.
So for you, it was like quite a breeze thing, you know?
Sorry for cutting you. And it wasn't because, and I've noticed that people were quite, what's the word? Curious about it in a way.
Yeah.
So I told a few people from jiu-jitsu, like, yeah, I'm moving to Manchester. It's like, oh shit, that's big. It's like, do you have a job? Like, do you have a place to live? It's like, yeah, I'm moving with my girlfriend, but I don't really have a job. I'll just find one. And they're like, okay, like, how are you gonna? And that's the same thing happened to my mate who moved from Norwich to York. He's like, no, I don't have a job, but he moved from Lithuania to Norwich by himself. He literally opened a map, and he's like, I'll just move there, and he just packed his bags and moved it. So it's not that hard, because we know, like, okay, I'll do something random for a bit.
Yeah.
Even though it was.
Yeah, I think there's that initial beginning bit, like you were saying, for the first 4 months, it takes time to settle.
Yeah.
Even talking to you now and seeing you, like, and how you've settled in so far.
Yeah.
You've adapted really quickly,
Like there were 2 things that I needed to find out straight away. So I wanted to find a job that's just like stable. I did that, and it's like, all right, next thing, gyms.
Gym, yeah.
Found gyms. Now I'm just settled. Like now it's just the process of getting to know people, doing the thing, and that's it, man.
It's one thing I always saying to Charlie, because we're looking to live together. I was like, once you have that sense of security, that if you've got your security in order, that's like number one. And then after that, it's like you're saying, like having things that allow you to be you. So whether
maintaining
that's like a gym, and then from there, it's kind of like maintaining and going a bit further out. I think once your security is compromised, and once the things that you enjoy is compromised, then it can start to feel a bit overwhelming, because it's not allowing you to be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we're sort of like overcoming that feeling of imposter syndrome. Have I made the right choices? Of, is this the right choice for me? Am I, fearing this sort of decision making that I've made or the unknown that I'm in, I think it's always really important, like you were saying, like really acknowledge your feelings and understand that it's normal. You know, it's normal to feel that. It's okay to feel uneasy in times that are stressful or overwhelming. And then after that, reframing those negative thoughts into more of a positive frame of mind. Yeah. Right? There's always a silver line. There's always like positives in all of that.
Yeah.
Like the positives is that sort of even moving from Lithuania to the UK, even though it might seem quite daunting and quite overwhelming, well, it's like, well, there's opportunity here. There's an opportunity to reinvent myself. There's an opportunity for me to learn and grow and meet new people. There's always that sort of positive aspects to things that seem quite challenging. And that's where growth happens most, is in challenging times.
Just leaning into uncertainty.
Yeah, and leaning into it. And even when I've sort of had those moments of, especially, I think mine's been more of a career sense. There's definitely been times where I've moved to different places where I felt the same thing. But like you were saying, I've always felt quite sure that I'll make it work.
You have to. The worst thing, the way I used to look at it, if I'm changing jobs that is really like, you feel like it's very uncertain. I don't know how I'm going to end up. What I'm thinking is, okay, I'm not going to die, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then you'll just work it out. I feel like the death is the worst thing that can happen, but you're not going to. Like,
you're not going to die.
You got your support around you. Obviously, for people who don't, maybe it will be a bit different. And I'm not talking for the people with, like, if you got kids, you have to just drop everything and chase your dreams. Obviously, you have responsibilities, but for people that doesn't, and I feel like they're stuck in a position that they want to be in, and they have this opportunity to drop everything and go for an adventure. That's the best thing. That's like when I moved to Thailand as well. My job was kind of on the line, and it could have happened that after going there, I have to come back after 3 months, and I have to find a new job and I have to find a new place to live, or I could go and expect the best, and that's what I did. I was like, is an opportunity that to me to enjoy and to just explore Thailand, the thing that I always wanted to do. Like, fuck it, I'll just do it and see what happens, and it all went really well.
I think there's also this level of understanding that it's not also going to be perfect as well.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of embracing perfection for it to be perfect.